Well, for the first time in 7 months, I am back in the Ozarks. I'm home. I am home. And this is Izzy's first time ever in the Ozarks. So brought her along because with our trip out to California, the last set of videos, she wasn't able to go on that trip. Goose, Milo, they weren't able to go. So getting her out of the house and getting her back in the Jeep and back camping. I'm sure many of you will be glad to see Sully's back. Sully didn't go anywhere, but I am back in Sully. And gosh, I missed that Jeep. I missed that Jeep the whole time I was out in California. So glad to be back in Sully, glad to be back in the Ozarks. I am actually in a little pocket of the Ozarks that I've never been to before. Never been. This is a little campsite that I just found. The trail was getting a little rocky, and so pulled in here to air down. Never been here before. Never been to that. Never seen that stream before. So I'm pumped. So it should be an awesome little trip. Before Izzy and I get further down the trail, you may have already noticed something new on Sully, but I've got a number of new things that I'm trying out or using on this trip. So let me show you. First, and what I think is the most obvious, are new wheels. These are the Black Rhino Duggars. I got these for a couple of reasons. One, they are -18 offset. My previous wheels, my Visions, were -12, and with these being 1350 width tires, I would rub a smidge on the control arms. You can see the rubbing there. But with -18 offset, no more rubbing. Kara has had the Black Rhino Kelsos on her vehicles, and she has never rubbed her control arm. So thought I would switch it up, get some -18 offset wheels, and really like the look of these. Love this big beefy rock ring here. They're not beadlocks, but I've already noticed something that could be a problem. The awesome rock ring, it does not have any type of drain holes. So as you can see from going through that water crossing, water is pulled up there. Water in all 4 wheels. Now, if it's just water, no big deal. But if it's mud, and then the mud gets stuck in there and hardens, then you get on the highway, boom, you're gonna be out of balance, and on the front end especially, probably get some death wobble. Also, if it is below freezing, and that freezes, boom, throws all the wheels out of balance, and you're going down the road like this. So yeah, I may have to talk to Black Rhino about that, because that's no bueno. They look good. The -18 offset is good, but I'm definitely a function over form kind of guy, and the water / mud pulling up in those, that's going to be an issue. Also, I got my Starlink Mini mounted up here with the new RevoLink mount. It bolts right up to my Sherpa rack, holds the Starlink Mini in there nice and secure. So curious to see how that's going to do in the Ozarks with low-hanging trees, all that sort of stuff. And I've got a new camp stove by a company called Coffee Yard. It is basically a more affordable alternative to the Jetboil Genesis, which I've been using Jetboil Genesis for years. Love that stove, but I wanted to give this one a try. It's about half price of the Genesis. I'll show you more about that at camp. Izzy's getting impatient. See? Yeah, Izzy's getting impatient. So we're gonna go now. Okay. I was super excited to I was just scanning Gaia GPS and kind of looking at every place I've been, and I found this one little pocket just kind of south of the Mulberry River that I haven't really explored. And the reason why I haven't been in this area is two. One, I suspect most of the trails that I'll be on are like this, you know, pretty easy, just Forest Service roads. I don't think I'm going to find any technical stuff in what I'm doing today. I could be wrong though, because the terrain on a couple of the little trails, it does look interesting on the topo map. The other thing is there's a lot of little parcels of private land, and I'm curious if I'm going to encounter any gates. I already have one as I was coming in here. But it's early November. Today is November 7th. There is still a little bit of some fall color lingering around. We just had a ton of rain come through Arkansas, especially here in this Ozarks area. So I'm already excited to see that one particular stream back there flowing well. I plan on camping on the Mulberry River tonight, and I suspect it's going to be flowing well. Have beautiful sounds to sleep to, and I maybe even see a couple waterfalls. It is much later in the day than I wish it was. It's 4:30. Daylight savings time has ended. Anybody else get real sad when daylight savings time ends? If you're one of those people that thinks we should do away with daylight savings time, you and I are not, well, we can't be friends. If you're the type that thinks daylight savings time should be the time year round, then you're not going to be best friends. But I hate it when daylight savings time ends, because then it gets darker earlier, and it's just depressing and sad. So I suspect I will actually make it to camp after dark, which is fine. Because I don't know if I don't know if you noticed, but got new lights. You know, I got a new light bar, new A-pillar lights. I'll show you those later. I forgot to show them back at camp, but I'll show you those later, because I think I'll be using them. So pumped about that. We're gonna see what we can find. Already found a downed tree. I did not bring my chainsaw. You think I would learn? How many times have I been on trips this year and I needed a chainsaw? Oh, that sucks. Let me see what I can do. I think I can just pull this out of the way. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Because another thing I've got is a new winch. The new Open Road Panther Series 3 S winch. It's a 12,000 pound winch instead of a 13,000 pound winch, but it has a new, a more powerful motor and better gears, and so it's quite a bit faster and quieter than the ones that I've been running for the last couple years. So let's see what it'll do. It does help to put it in gear. See how quiet that is? All right, now I just need to move the smaller branch out of the way. Well, that was fun. Hope I don't have to do that much more, because now it's 4:45 and I may have an hour of daylight left. Very appreciative of the faster line speed on the new winch and how quiet it is compared to the old winch. So, and they're still stupid cheap. Like, I think you can get them now for under 400 bucks. Openroad4wheeldrive.com. Link is in the description. Just been super impressed with those guys. Well, that hill climb was already way more than I expected to find on this trip. I mean, it really wasn't technical, but it was fun. Fairly steep. Had some rocky sections on it. You know, if you were cruising this in a bone stock four-wheel drive, it'd be fun. I thought it was fun. There's actually quite a bit of water around here. That makes me very excited. It has been so dry for so long. It needed the rain. I suspect there's still a burn ban in place. I didn't check, but I'm not going to chance it. So I've got my propane fire pit if I decide to use it. We popped out onto a very nice county road. Will allow me to make up some time with that down tree. Maybe not get to camp too late. Honestly, this is more of what I expected for much of the day. So really glad to have the more trail instead of just gravel road. Do have another little couple offshoots that we're gonna go explore before we get to camp. I have no idea what they're gonna be like, but I can't wait to find out. Well, we're back on trail. We're gonna explore this a little bit. See what this turns into. Well, this road ended in some sort of gas well thing, mining something or another, and the road is supposed to take off this way. Looks like there may be an old trace of it here, but I don't see it. That's a bummer. Mega bummer. Alright, I guess turn around. Well, since that trail was a bust and doesn't connect to the other trails that I was going to go to, I'm gonna just zip around the highway because I'm not far from the trail to camp. And I don't want to get there like way after dark. It'll probably take me, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe 20. But in the meantime, I do have a question for you. And also, for those of you who saw my last series of videos where I borrowed the truck from 4 Wheel Campers, and you saw the thumbnail that said "Goodbye Gladiator" and got upset with me because you know it was clickbait. It was technically accurate. I did say goodbye to my Gladiator, but it was clickbait. I just thought it was funny. That'd be like a funny kind of, play on words, tongue-in-cheek title. But anyway, my apologies. I did actually upset quite a few people with that, and I was surprised. So back in Sully, and my apologies. Number 2, now that I'm back home, back in the Ozarks, I say all the time my favorite places to go are the places I haven't been before. And I struggle with that here at home because, with the exception of, I did cover some new ground today. I'll cover so this is a little bit of new ground tomorrow. I struggle with that because I've been here like so often, and I've covered so many of these trails and so many videos. So I am curious. Let me know in the comments. Start the conversation. Do you care that I repeat? The Ozarks, it's a big place, but I've been doing this for years, and I've covered everything pretty much. So do you care that I go back out and repeat places and campsites and all that sort of stuff from previous videos? Or do you prefer me exploring new areas, covering new ground, which pretty much means I'm going to have to move to the Ouachita National Forest because there's still some chunks of that I haven't explored, or just keep going out of state. And I know that the Ozarks is kind of what launched this channel. Ozark Overland Adventures, that's what the channel's named for, is the Ozark National Forest. So I'm just curious. I spent 6 months. The last 6 months of content has been out west. We did Utah, Arizona, California, Oregon, Utah, Colorado. I said Utah twice because we went there twice. Idaho, Washington, and all of it was absolutely amazing and new and fresh and just wow. Hold on, I gotta see where I'm going. Where do I go? Yes, take a right. There we go. And so, yeah, just let me know. Do you care if I repeat Ozark stuff? Do you want me to should I go elsewhere? Or do you even care? Do you even care where we go? You just love my hair and my personality so much that you don't care where I go. Just kidding. I mean, not really, hopefully, but Or is it Izzy? As long as Izzy's there, sweet girl. Yeah. Now that it's getting dark, I'll show you how well my new light bar works. I love the light output on this thing. It does have a focus. I got the combo pattern. It does have a focus in the middle that really throws the light down the road, but also has a nice fused pattern and really lights up the sides. I like this beam pattern much better than my KC Gravity. Well, we made it to camp way after dark. I'll have to show you how beautiful. This is gonna be good. Back home in the Ozarks. What you think, Iz? Welcome to your first Ozark stream and campsite. All right, well, this is that coffee yard, C-O-F-I yard, coffee yard, camp stove. As you can see, very similar to the Jetboil Genesis, except, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 septagonal, 6 sides, hex, I don't know. Folds in half. Does have lighters. That's good. Initial complaint. The propane attachment is on this side instead of this side. In my tank, everything's on this side. So that's a bummer. But no big deal. Let's see. They also have this little cook set. So you've got a kettle and a pot and a skillet. So I'm gonna try this to cook my dinner. I don't know if this is any good or not. Never used it. Got steam. That should work. Korean barbecue sauce. Little yum yum sauce. Green onions. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. What a stunning dish. I can tell I'm home in the Ozarks because it's a little bit humid. Even though tonight's supposed to be one of the coolest nights we've had all year, it's still humid. And that's annoying. Well, as I'm cleaning up my mess here, give you some initial thoughts on this coffee yard stove. It's got real potential. I'm not gonna lie. It's got real potential. I think it may even fold up a little smaller than the Jetboil Genesis. It does not have the flame control of the Jetboil. I mean, you've got the Jetboil, you can do like, I don't know, 3 turns of the dial to really dial in the flame, which is awesome. This one, honestly, you've only got not even a half a turn. There. I mean, not even a quarter turn. Yeah. I mean, because once you're there, all that does nothing. You got like a whole turn that does nothing. So, but that's pretty typical for most camp stoves, so I can't fault it too much. But so far, impressed. There you go. It's time for bed. I'm going to give you a little taste of what I'm going to sleep to. Good morning. Good morning, sweet girl. You gonna get down? You gonna get down and go play? Come on. Or you gonna stay up there and chew on your bone? I never actually have a measuring cup, so I just have to guess. I usually get it wrong. Hey Siri, set a timer for 12 minutes. Alright, the moment of truth. I've been trying, or trying to try several, especially breakfast freeze-dried meals. Tried a scrambled, some sort of scrambled egg meal from Backcountry something or another when we were in Washington. That was awful. More cayenne than anything else in there. So far my favorite breakfast meal is Peak's biscuits and gravy. Those are legit good. So let's see how Mamu's Camp Kitchen did with their breakfast scramble. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Sausage, bacon, hash browns, cheese, eggs. It's seasoned just right. I don't feel the need to put salt or pepper in here. Yeah, these are real good. I like to do the freeze-dried things in the mornings, because the last thing I want to do in the morning is like I have to clean up grease. Tastes real good, but usually I just kind of want to get up and I want to go explore. I want to go see more things. I don't want to clean. So I do like these for, especially for breakfast. Lizzie and I are just about ready to head out. Got a couple exciting things I want to hit this morning before heading home. One is a waterfall that runs right next to the road. It's not Car Wash Falls. This is a different one that runs next to the road. You can't drive under it. But I think that may be flowing well. And then another water crossing of the Mulberry River. So anxious to see what those are like. But before I head out, like I said yesterday, I'm replacing all of my lights with diode dynamic, and so I've only got the light bar and then the 8-pillar lights on so far. But yeah, this is them. This is the SS4. I believe these are the Pros. and the amber combo pattern, and then the SS5 light bar. I loved the amount of light and the pattern of light that thing put out as I was driving last night. Probably one of the best light bar patterns that I have experienced. Are you ready to go? You ready to go? You ready to go? Come on. You ready to go? You ready to go, you rabid koala? Come on, let's go. I think Izzy's pouting because she doesn't want to leave camp. I legit think she's pouting. She's such a good pup. I was flowing a little bit. I was hoping for better, but not bad. Well, after looking at the map, I have changed my mind. I'm not going to go back toward the Mulberry and do that crossing because just up here is a trail, several trails that I have never been on before, and I'm going to go check those out instead. Let's see where this goes. Well, that is a major bummer. Even if I had a chainsaw with me, there's no way I could get through that. Well, guess I'm turning around. That sucks. This was a beautiful little trail. had great potential. Well, thanks to the shining example from Austin Powers, I was able to get turned around. Of course, I could have come just a little bit further and turned around real easy right here, but I didn't know that. That's a royal bummer, because this is just going to dump me right back out on the highway. Well, unfortunately, that down tree cost me time that I was hoping to spend on trail. But I have a meeting right after lunch with Mayor's Adventure Park to discuss our upcoming Patreon weekend, or Patreon event that we're having there. That will be going on the same weekend that this video comes out. So if you want to be a part of events like that, then check the Patreon link in the description and come join us. But I have had a blast being back home, even exploring some new places in the Ozarks and camping at a familiar place. Man, there's no place like home. Definitely no place like home. But if you would, like the video, subscribe. If you would, check out the Patreon link in the description. And for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. I'm gonna air back up and head home. Thanks for watching. Bye.